hit. First pitch fastball way inside. Kenny Rogers is one of those guys, almost the same delivery. Similar stuff to Scott Radinsky. I think Rad's got a little bit better arm.
Well, we've seen Rogers. You got to like him.
Yeah. Control has been his biggest problem throughout his career. His walks to innings pitch ratio is a bit high for relief. Pitch, there's a fastball, catches the inside corner at the knees, 1-1.
Carlton telling McClellan the ball's inside.
Appeared to be a bit inside with the fastball.
Petrelli had to reach over a long way to get it.
Yeah.
McClellan's had a big strike zone tonight.
Yeah.
Huge strike zone.
Only 9 hits in the ball game. One pitch.
Change.
Fouled off the end of the bat. So it's 1-2 to Pudge.
25 strikeouts in the game.
It's been a hit pitcher's night. There's no question about that. If I had my choice of games to play, if I'm a guy, I know I'm only going to play one, I think I got to pick that nightcap.
Yeah. That might be the logical choice when you can't see the ball in the first game.
1-2 pitch coming up to Fisk. He got him. Good gas at the knees. Big strikeout there for Kenny Rogers.
Shortstop Ozzie Guillen.
Really pretty good pitch for Carlton to do a little damage on down out over the plate. He likes it down out over the plate.
Yeah, he does. But he throws that one by him. That'll leave it up to Ozzie here in the 13th inning. Ozzie Guillen. Ozzie's 1 for 4 on the evening. Against Kenny Rogers, there's a fastball. Whoa, boy. Good life on his fastball, as you can see. Petrelli having a tough time to catch, but that one appeared to be out of the zone also. In his career, Ozzie Guillen is 1 for 8 against Kenny Rogers. He's got his work cut out up for him right here. Rangers playing shifted way over to left field, playing him almost like a right-handed pull hitter and very shallow. Big gap in right center. Ruben Sierra is in right center field. Pitch chopped on the ground, wide of third. The throw just gets it. Good play by Houston. And that'll end the top half of the 13th inning as the Rangers come up to hit. Still no score from Arlington.
From first to third, Carlos Martinez comes into the ball game. He will be the first baseman and a new pitcher. The Pope, Don Paul, making his 44th appearance, all in relief. Record of 2-4, 3.05 ERA. Pope has worked in 62 innings, giving up just 48 hits, 17 walks, 32 strikeouts. He's thrown 4 out of the yard, and the opposition hitting just .218. So the Sox defensively have Calderon in left, Johnson in center, Sosa in right. Around the horn, Martinez at first, Fletcher at second, Ozzie at short, Lyons at third, and the battery of Ron Kakavais and Don Paul, the 5th Sox pitcher of the evening.
24, Carlos Martinez now playing first base. Martinez.
And he'll be facing the top of the order for the Rangers here in the bottom half of the 13th inning. Gary Pettis, Julio Franco, and Rafael Palmeiro. On against the Pope. Rangers trying to get that winning run to the plate. Gary Pettis has been on base 1 time. He walked in the 11th inning, advanced to second base, but failed to score. As the Rangers really had their only chance to win this ball game. Squares to bunt, takes ball 1 down low. I don't know about you, but I don't have any more paper to write on. Inning number 13. There's a fastball strike. Count even at 1. I don't ever remember seeing a 0-0 ball game quite this long, Hawk.
I don't either, but Webby, I can't recall one. You know.
Down low, 2-1. Boy, there's a lot of memories from this year, though. 1990, what a year.
Well, it's been a great season. 8 no-hitters in the big leagues.
Pettis hits it hard to right center field. Sammy on his horse, way back. No, it short hops the ball. Here's Pettis. He's going to go for 3. The throw, Ozzie. No, he doesn't cut it. It's in there. Gary Pettis with a leadoff triple.
Trouble as soon as he put the bat on the ball. The way the Sox were playing defensively, Sammy had no chance, even though he went right to his right and then tried to cut back. The only thing he can do, Ozzie right now knows that there's no sense in him cutting it off. Pettis was flying going around second base. Pettis with his 7th triple of the season. And here comes Sammy Ellis with Franco, Palmeiro, Sierra, and Cavilla all coming up. And they can do it one of a couple of ways right here. Obviously, they can go at Franco, then walk Palmeiro. No activity down in the Sox pen. Try to set up a double play. Of course, you got Sierra, the switch hitter. Which way would you go?
Boy, what a call.
I'll tell you how I'd go. I'd walk them, load up the bases. That's what I'd do. I'd just set up the force any place. That way, there's nothing else you can do, you know. Doesn't make any difference about anything except Pettis right here. Makes it a little easier. I know the defense likes it better that way. Of course, you're putting a lot of heat on your pitcher, you know, getting down on the counter and possibly walking somebody. Wild pitch. But we'll see how they're going to do it. They're going to walk Franco.
Yeah. And they might as well follow that up with a walk to Palmeiro. Set up that force play. Certainly you got to make the play at home. And I'm with you, Hawk. After thinking about it a second, you might as well take a shot at Sierra right now. He had almost the identical opportunity back in the 11th inning, bases loaded and 1 out. Of course, Ruben, coming into that bat, was a .364 hitter with runners in scoring position, so you really can't rely on him doing that again. And I'll guarantee you, Ruben Sierra wants to be the man of the hour right now.
Yes, everybody does in that respect. You know, everybody wants to grab that bat with the bases loaded, nobody out, and go up there. Be the hero of the night. They're going to go ahead and walk him too, load him up. As I said, it makes it easier on the defense. Now, there's some managers who don't like this. Yeah. According to the pitching matchup, you know, but even if the pitching matchup is a little bit favorable towards them, they'd rather go at the guy and try to get one. But over all these years, I'll tell you, this is, in my opinion, the only way to go.
Yeah. Unless you got a guy out there like a Mitch Williams that you just don't know if he's going to throw a strike in a situation like this. But Don Paul has had a very good walks to innings pitched ratio, and they're going to go back with that same alignment. Lance Johnson's going to move over to left field, Sammy Sosa in center, and Calderon will go over to right field. And they're going to try and get either Ruben Sierra on an infield grounder here, strikeout or pop-up. Bobby Valentine, Davey Lopes, one of his coaches. And there's Jeff Torborg motioning for his outfielders to come on in. Don Paul, he's got a lot of work ahead of him right here. He went. He went for the split finger pitch in the dirt. Strike one. That's a big pitch for Don Paul. He didn't want to fall down in the count here, especially to a dangerous hitter like Sierra. Another one up and away. Great speed there at third base with Gary Pettis. Franco would find speed at second base too, but he's incidental. There's a line drive to right field, and that will do it. Sierra comes through. Sierra becomes the hero for the Texas Rangers. Jeff Torborg cannot be happy. He hit it hard. Well, Gary Pettis set this whole thing up, Hawk.
That's key. Sierra had a chance to do it earlier. Not a bad pitch at all, but still a pitcher a little tentative sometimes in the situation. You instead of going ahead and throw it, you more or less try to throw it for a strike. Ruben Sierra, an outstanding hitter. You can't keep Rawson him up there to the plate with the bases loaded and less than 2 out and expect to get him out. They win the ball game. All right, final score is Texas in 13 innings. In one of the best pitch games we have seen all year, they win it 1-0. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Home of the Chicago White Sox, Blackhawks, and Bulls.
Well, unfortunately, there it is. Totals on the board for tonight's game, first of this doubleheader. For the Rangers, a run on 6 hits, no errors. They stranded 11. For the Sox, no runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 4. The winner, Kenny Rogers, he is now 5-5. Don Paul takes the loss. He is 2-5. And our Budweiser player of the game goes to the little bulldog, Greg Hibbert. All he did was go 8 innings, giving up 2 hits. 3 walks, had 5 strikeouts. He was just magnificent tonight. And Budweiser will donate $100 in Greg's name to Bacchus, a National Collegiate on-campus student initiative working to prevent alcohol abuse. Budweiser and Bacchus, another example of how people working together can take alcohol abuse head on and make a difference. Well, Tom, too bad is that was what was speculated on back home with the rain out and that long 7.5-hour delay. You didn't want to come down here and play a doubleheader. But obviously that was taken a little out of play tonight. Nolan Ryan, 10 innings, 3 hits, no walks, 15 strikeouts.
Oh, he was absolutely terrific. But Greg Hibbert matched him pitch for pitch. Greg went 8 solid innings, and he did. He's certainly on the comeback trail. Of course, we did mention that the sun element was very tough to see the ball tonight, but take your hat off to those 2 pitchers. And, of course, the other relievers, too. They did a great job, and Ruben Sierra ended it right here with a fine job of hitting on a split finger pitch from Don Paul. Line shot to right field. That ended it, and the Rangers win game 1, 1-0.
All right, our next Sox game coming your way on Sports Channel will be Sunday, live at 7 when the Sox take on these Rangers in the finale of this 4-game series. Starting pitchers for the Sox, Wayne Edwards. For Texas, Jamie Moyer. This game was produced and directed by Jim Angio. Our executive producer is Steve Corman. Remote facilities were provided by John Crow Productions. Stay tuned on Sports Channel for Chicago Racing Report. Once again, the final score, Rangers win it 1-0. So for my partner, Tom Paciorek, our producer-director, Jim Angio, this is Ken Harrelson. So long, everybody. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of Sports Channel.